Let's begin this hour with the ongoing unrest over in Hong Kong. Moments ago, the city's subway operator suspended its entire network after protesters set fire to some entrances. This is video of protesters trashing and setting fire to at least 3 subway entrances. So far, no injuries have been reported, but it does come as Hong Kong City leader Carrie announced a ban on face masks. And despite that warning today, thousands of protesters took to the streets again, wearing those masks. RT's Fronczak reports.
Actually, ever since the decision and then with the type of reaction from protesters, many have called for Hong Kong's chief executive Carrie to step down. But she said today that's never going to happen. Now, Lam says that stepping down is not something that will help the situation and that Hong Kong is now in a very critical state of public danger. Now, as you mentioned, Lam banned protesters from wearing masks, and she says that stepping up law enforcement was one of the ways to de-escalate the situation. Now, the ban comes after widespread violence in the city, China's National Day just 4 days ago. Now, the violence got so bad that a police officer shot a protester, marking the first victim of gunfire since the protest started back in June over a now shelved extradition bill. Now, the mask ban that is filed under a colonial era emergency ordinance, it goes into effect Saturday. Now, the ban applies to all public gatherings, both unauthorized and those approved by police. Now, the ban makes the wearing of a full or partial face covering, including face paint, at public gatherings punishable by 1 year in jail. Now, as far as enforcing the government's decision, here's what Lam had to say about it.
The decision that the Chief Executive in Council has made this morning, as I said, is not an easy decision, okay? Especially when we are invoking a piece of legislation that has not been used for some time. I fully understand that. And that's why we have taken the trouble to study and examine and re-examine before we come to this decision this morning. Okay.
Now, lawmakers requesting the protesters condemned leader Carrie Lam's decision to use her emergency powers to ban those masks at rallies, saying that this will not deter any of the protesters. Take a listen.
This law couldn't turn people away. And this law will just only make people more furious. And in fact, this law agitated people to an even more extreme extent.
Now, masks will be permitted for legitimate need when their wearers can prove that they need them for work, health, or religious reasons. Now, if you are caught and detained for wearing a mask, not only are these protesters looking at jail time, but they could also face a fine costing them more than $3,000 US. So far, Manila, more than 1,700 people have been detained.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.